different packages available, and popular tools among them are mainly reference work, EndNote, Zotero, and Mendeley. A major difference between all these popular tools, obviously, first question that will come to our mind is that why do we have so many citation management tools? Why not a single citation management tool? Well, a very simple answer to this particular question is that all the different citation management tools, obviously, they are owned by different vendors, but the major thing is the nature of the tool. Certain citation management tools are not for free. Certain citation management tools are completely free citation management tools. The second is what all features or what all abilities does a citation management tool offer. Nowadays, for most of the tools, it is appropriately the same. But obviously, what a major difference between these all citation management tools is that obviously whether they are free or whether they are paid tools. And if I talk about foreign universities, be it University of any foreign university, a major part of their, I would say, initial part of research training in their PhD program is a training on any particular citation management tool that the university offers to its research candidates. So that is the importance of citation management. As per Duke's University Library, plagiarism occurs when a student deceives or disregards proper scholarly procedures, presents any information, ideas, or phrasing of another's work as if they were his or her own, and does not give appropriate credit to the original source. Plagiarism, I would say, is one of the major unethical issues, that is plagiarizing the complete research that is happening nowadays. Lobial sir, in his session, even he highlighted towards the end that what were the political and unethical issues in research nowadays, and plagiarism was one of them. And the importance of citation management, I would say, has grown in the last decade due to the increasing number of cases of plagiarism and the different types of plagiarism that are there in that are plagiarizing the entire process of research nowadays. So proper scholarly procedures, they actually require that all quoted material from any particular source that you have referred to be identified by quotation marks or indentation on the page, and the source of that particular information or idea, if from another particular source, must be identified and attributed to that source. You should actually give the proper attribution to that particular source. So coming over to what is citation, as per Wikipedia, a citation is nothing. It is an abbreviated reference of some published or unpublished source. A most common example that most of us have seen, that most of us will identify, is that when we are going through some scientific manuscript, somewhere at some points in the manuscript, we will see that there will be square brackets used, and there will be some unique number that is given in that square bracket. Now, this square brackets and a unique number inserted in those square bracket is nothing but what you call as citation. So a citation, it may be of many different styles also. I know there are participants from many different fields, so they will be identifying with citations of many other different styles. So there are many different citation styles available. But in short, a citation is nothing. It is an abbreviated reference to any particular published or unpublished source that we have. For example, obviously, this was the most common form of citation that I was discussing. A bibliographic citation is a reference to a book, article, web page, or other published item. So citations will supply details to identify that particular individual item uniquely. And different citation systems and styles are used in scientific citation, legal citation, prior art, arts, and humanities. So depending on the field that you are working in, there will be many different bibliographic citation styles which will be available for you to work with. And obviously, if we do all this manually, or we do this with the help of some simple word processing software like Microsoft Office Word or something else, it is actually going to be a very difficult task, because in that case, obviously, the complete I would say responsibility of making the citation, doing it in the proper style, depends on us. The advantage of using a citation tool in this case is that the citations tool manages the citation style automatically by itself. It manages our references. That means all the documents that we are referring to for are automatically by itself. So that is the advantage, or that is, I would say, the luring factor of using citation management tools. So that is what we will see in today's session. Citation management tools, also called as citation tools or bibliographic management tools like EndNote, Mendeley, ReferenceWorks, and Zotero, help you to organize, manage, and format citations for your research. And if you have a look at the market share, and this is the most recent statistics on which this graph is actually based. So the reference management tools market share, if you have a look, the highest market share is by, there are a number of reference management tools, but if you have a look at the highest tools in this case, the highest tools are obviously by Sourced. Sourced is a company that has its own reference management tool, and it is not a tool actually. It's actually a mobile app that they have. There is ProQuest, that is another. Clarivate Analytics. Mendeley is one of the most important management tools in this case. Chegg have EndNote, Paperpile, and Jab Reference. These are a few of the, I would say, competitive reference management tools available in the market, and this figure actually shows their market share. What is Mendeley? Coming over to Mendeley, we have seen a lot of citation management tools, but this session we are going to devote to learning about Mendeley. So first, before starting with Mendeley, try to understand what is Mendeley. So the first important feature of Mendeley is it's a completely free citation management tool that helps you organize your documents and references. It helps you collaborate by joining or creating groups and discover statistics or recommendations for your work. See, try to understand simply. If I talk about Mendeley, the basic part of Mendeley, and if I talk about Mendeley in the present scenario, that is from in 2020, Mendeley is not just any citation management tool. It's a completely free citation management tool that will automatically manage all the documents that you are going through in the part of your as part of your scientific writing. It will manage all the references you want to cite in the scientific document that you are writing. That is the first feature, or I will say the first characteristic of Mendeley. The second important characteristic is Mendeley will allow you to collaborate with your co-researchers, or I would say other researchers in the same field as yours throughout the globe by joining or creating groups. And yes, the most important part is Mendeley will help you discover statistics and recommendations for your own work. So that is the power of Mendeley, and that is the reason why amongst all these different citation management tools that are available in the market, over 6 million researchers today as of date trust Mendeley to search ideas, see what's new in their field, and discuss all the important developments in the field. And this number, 6 million researcher, is growing every day because Mendeley.com is an online community of researchers who are using Mendeley, who are part of Mendeley, and it's one of the most dynamic 24/7 working online community that we have. So Mendeley is one citation management tool that will help you stay up to date and learn more. How? We will see that. First, we will try to understand Mendeley. As I discussed in my previous slide, Mendeley is basically 3 basic capabilities that Mendeley will be offering you. And understand, Mendeley in itself is the Mendeley software in itself is a combination of 2 parts. It's a cloud-based software, which is Mendeley.com. And the second part is the Mendeley desktop. Mendeley desktop is your own Mendeley reference manager or your own Mendeley library. So what is Mendeley? Mendeley is again 3 basic features. Mendeley is a reference manager that helps you manage, read, share, annotate, and cite your research papers. It is an academic collaboration network with over 6 million users to connect like-minded researchers and discover research trends and statistics. And yes, it also helps you form a crowdsourced database with a unique layer of social research and an open API. So these are the three features of Mendeley that we will be seeing in today's session. And this is how I can represent three features. The first is the Mendeley Reference Manager, which drives individual researcher productivity. So as a researcher, if I want to manage all my citations that I have in my scientific document, I want to keep citing all the documents that I keep reading as part of preparing my scientific document, I can use the Mendeley Reference Manager. I want to connect with my colleagues, my co-workers, and even other people across the globe who are working in my domain. I can do that collaboration and knowledge sharing through the research networks and groups that are offered by the Mendeley online community. I can also create additional insights and I can build apps to sensitize people about my work, share my data with people. So that is Mendeley Research Data and API feature. And these are the three key values of Mendeley. Before we actually start on with Mendeley, I'll be giving you an hands-on experience with Mendeley. But before we actually start on with that, let's have a look at the history of Mendeley. Mendeley was named after the biologist Gregor Mendel and the chemist Dmitry Mendeleev. It was founded in London in November 2007 by three German PhD students. The basic idea of Mendeley citation management tool was founded in November 2007 by three German PhD students. But the first public beta version of Mendeley was released in the market for commercial use only in August 2008. So remember, there is a difference between foundation of Mendeley and the release of Mendeley beta version in the market. The tool was founded in November 2007, but it was released in the market in August 2008 for commercial use. Mendeley was purchased by the academic publisher Elsevier in early 2013. And this is, I would say, a landmark event in the history of Mendeley, that in 2013, early 2013, Mendeley was purchased by the leading global academic publisher Elsevier. The deal price was speculated somewhere to be around lira 50 million, which is US dollar 65 million. After execution, Mendeley subsequently extended its product line into a range of new areas while continuing to iterate on its reference manager. This upgrade of Mendeley, or this overtake of Mendeley, actually fired a debate in the market that Mendeley would no longer remain free and there would be issues with Mendeley. But all thanks to Elsevier, Mendeley till date is a completely free tool. And instead, Elsevier has on date increased the products that are offered under the Mendeley citation management tool. And nowadays, the most common product, I am not displaying all the products over here, but the most common products of Mendeley that we can use as a researcher in our own individual capacity and free of cost, they are Mendeley Desktop, the Mendeley Reference Manager, the Mendeley Web Importer, the Mendeley Site Tool, the Mendeley Mobile Apps, the Mendeley Profile, which is our profile we can maintain for ourselves, the Mendeley Catalog, the Mendeley Feed, Mendeley Suggest, Mendeley Data, Mendeley Carriers, Mendeley Funding, Mendeley Institutional Edition, and Mendeley Developer Portal. So we'll be having a look at how to use these particular products during this session of ours. Remember one thing, the most notable feature of Mendeley is that Mendeley Reader Counts, a unique readership statistics which has been assessed and which has a research impact. There is automatic extraction of metadata from PDF articles by Mendeley. So any PDF articles you are using while writing your scientific document, Mendeley is automatically going to extract the metadata of those particular PDF articles. Any authored publication of yours that you have, you can also claim them by linking your Mendeley profile to your Scopus author profile simply. Citations and bibliographies in Microsoft Word, OpenOffice.org, and LibreOffice, which I would say are the most important or the most common word processing documents, are also available in Mendeley. And private groups to share and annotate research papers within copyright compliant respondent sharing guidelines are also there in Mendeley. So that is what Mendeley is. I hope till here all my participants have understood what we have discussed. So let's ponder over a few questions. You can use the chat window to answer so that I know that all of you are with me. So my first question will be, citation tools can be called as. Your options to choose are, first, bibliographic management tools, second, sightseers, third, that's it. What is your correct answer towards this? Please answer in the chat window. I repeat my question. Citation tools can also be called as. I hope my participants are there with me, so please answer. Well, most of the participants, thank you so much. They are giving option A. That is absolutely correct. Citation management tools, as we have already discussed, they are also called as bibliographic management tools. Thank you all the participants. Second question that we have in the same line, citation tools help us. First part, A part, manage citations for our research, organize our citations, format our citations, C part, and D, all of the above. From the brief introduction I have given you, Manzoor sir says D, Namrata ma'am says D, Shilpa ma'am says D, Lalit sir says D, Dr. Akash says D, Dr. Shalini says D. Thank you all the participants. Absolutely correct. The correct answer is D. So I am happy to see that most of my participants are there with me. Citation management tools, yes. In the present day, they help us do all these things. They will help us manage citations for our research. They will help us organize our citations. They will help us format our citations and do all these things. Next important question. Mendele was released in A, 2007, B, 2008, C, 2009, and D, 2010. Kindly look at the question before answering. My question is, Mendele was released in. Few are saying 2008 and few are saying 2007. So the house is divided in 2008 and 2007. I would reiterate what I had said on the previous slide. Mendele was founded by a few PhD students in November 2007, but it was officially, the beta version was released in 2008. So what would be your answer now? The correct answer in this case is 2008, which is the B option. Mendele was released in 2008. It was founded in 2007 by PhD students, but obviously then it was not released in the market for professional use. So in 2008, Mendele was released in the market for for professional use. So thank you all my participants. I hope everybody is with me. Until this point, a brief introduction of Mendele and citation management is clear to all of you. From here, we move on to the first feature of Mendele, which is your reference manager. Now, to use Mendele as a reference manager, the first requirement that I have is that I need to use Mendele. Now, I need to see the software somewhere. Up till now, I have discussed citation management tools. I gave you a good introduction to Mendele, I would say, and that will, I would say, be a very tempting introduction. But the first major question is, how do I use Mendele as a reference manager? So to use Mendele as a reference manager, it's a very simple step. The first step is you have to sign up for Mendele online. Go on to www.mendele.com, and over there you will find this simple form that you can see in my slide to create a free account for yourself. You just need to give your first name, last name, your email ID, and you need to choose a password for yourself. As soon as you are successfully logged in, you will receive a mail from mendele.com assigning you your username and password. Your username will obviously be your email ID, and password will be the unique password that you will choose for yourself. Once this is done, mendele.com will itself redirect you to download the Mendele desktop. Now understand, Mendele desktop is nothing. It is your own Mendele library or your own reference manager. And this Mendele desktop software is available for almost all operating systems. Like you have a Mendeley desktop for Windows, you have a Mendeley desktop for Macs, Mac operating system, you have a Mendeley desktop for almost all commonly available and used platforms nowadays. So you just need to download the Mendeley desktop, and once you download the Mendeley desktop, open Mendeley desktop on your system and start building your library. How to start building your library in Mendeley? From this point, I'll switch over from my slide, and I'll directly go to my Mendeley desktop for all to be visible. Now this is my Mendeley desktop. I hope it is visible to all. If you have a look at this Mendeley desktop, see, this is the kind of desktop that will come on your system once you download Mendeley, and the first time when you click on Mendeley desktop, it will ask you to log in with your username and password. Once you log in with your username and password, this kind of screen would be visible on your system. Obviously, it will not be so cluttered as mine because I have been using it since long. You will be, if you are the first time user, your screen will be a lot more interesting. But in this case, if you try to understand, this is my Mendeley desktop, and this Mendeley desktop of mine, the first at the topmost, I have the icon of Mendeley. This red icon with an M is Mendeley. And below that, I have my normal options that I have. Below that, I have my shortcut toolbar. We will be seeing the shortcut toolbar. I have a search option that allows me to search in my Mendeley library or my Mendeley.com account. Over here, you can see my name and my photograph. This is from my Mendeley profile. My Mendeley profile on Mendeley.com, that is available over here. But if you have a look at the Mendeley desktop, the Mendeley desktop is mainly three particular parts which have a sequence from left to right. Now, what do I mean by this sequence from left to right? As soon as you first open your Mendeley desktop account, you will see what first time loads is leftmost side, which is your Mendeley library. This Mendeley library by default will show you a few folders like literature search. In your library, you will have a folder called all documents, which will list down all the documents that you have in your library. Recent documents, that means all the documents which have been added into your library in the last 14 days. Recent reads, that means any documents that you have read recently in your Mendeley library. Your favorite documents, there are certain papers, there are certain scientific documents which we like reading again and again, which we like using in our different scientific documents again and again. So those documents you can even mark as favorites using this favorites, and this favorites will actually show you all your favorite documents. Next is needs review. If there is a document which you think may contain errors, the metadata, you don't trust that metadata, you don't trust the contents of that document, you can mark that documents as requiring review. My publications, any of my publications I want to add to my Mendeley profile, I want to maintain in my Mendeley library, I can maintain it under the folder my publication. And then you have unsorted documents. Now, unsorted documents are the documents which have not been added to your collection as yet. But below that, what you can see in my library is a number of folders. Now, what is this folders actually? Try to understand. Whenever you work with Mendeley to maintain your Mendeley library, try to understand Mendeley will maintain or automatically maintain all the works or all the references that you add to your Mendeley library. So to start working with Mendeley or to use the Mendeley reference manager feature of Mendeley, you need to first construct your own library in your Mendeley desktop. And how do you construct your own library in your Mendeley desktop? The first process of that is that your Mendeley library on the leftmost side gives you a small option called as create folder. Just click on this and it will ask you to name your folder. Let's say I give my folder the name test. And as soon as I click on enter, you will have a look, a new folder test is created in my Mendeley library. And this empty folder is opened over here in the central library. The central library is your Mendeley workspace. If I click on any other folder of mine. If you have a look, I have clicked on the previous folder of mine. So this central workspace that I have, this is my complete Mendeley library. This shows me all the contents of my folders called STEM that I have opened in this case. And to view this library, if you have a look at the moment, I am currently viewing this library in the tabular notation. If you go to the view option above, you have two options: view library as citations and view library as table. I have by default selected the option view the library as a table, because in that case, I find it more readable. But if you select the second option, that means view library as citation, whatever is the default citation style that you have selected in Mendeley, it will show you the complete library or all the documents in your library in that particular citation style. If you have a look at the moment, if I go on to view and I go to the third option, citation style, it shows me a number of common citation styles that are available that I use in my Mendeley profile. And at the moment, IEEE style is the style that I have selected. So if you have a look, my complete library in this case is being viewed in the IEEE citation style, which is square brackets and a unique number for each document. If you want, you can change the citation style also. I can again go to my library and I can select another style. Let's say I select the style APA 6th edition. So have a look, my complete library gets changed to the APA 6th edition style. And the first thing to cite this is, let's say all these documents in my library, I want to cite them as it is in some document of mine. So what I can simply do is I can simply copy them from here and I can paste them in any Word document that I want. Obviously, that is, I won't go for that kind of style, because there is a much more scientific style of citation that Mendeley allows you. But this is one easy going way that you can follow if you just need to cite all the documents that you have in your library and you need to build up your bibliography in your document. But this is how your Mendeley library would be visible to you. I'll again go back to view library as citation as table, because that is more easier to me. So I'll go back to that and I'll change my citation style to IEEE, because that will be, I think, easier for you people to actually see and understand. So I change my citation style to IEEE. Yes, my citation style now is IEEE. So as soon as I change, now this is my library. But obviously this was not what I was working on. Let's start working on building our library. So to start working on building our library, remember there are two ways to add documents into your Mendeley library. The first way you can have is you're writing a scientific document and you already have a few references or a few papers that you want to add to your scientific document on your system or on your folder, wherever you are working with. In that case, what will you do? I can directly import that physical folder from my system or from my network into my Mendeley library. How do I do that? The file option has two options: add files and add folder. First, we'll go to the option add files. As I click on add files, now remember, add files option allows me to add one single file at a time. So if you have a look over here, I have a folder, I have some files in my system already. I'll import the first file into my system. I add the first file into my test folder and have a look, the first document gets added. By default, Mendeley has fetched all the metadata for this document. It was saved on my system with some other name. But as soon as I import this document into my Mendeley library, you will have a look. I can see the authors of the document. I can see the title of the document. I can see the year the document has been published in. And I can see when that particular document was added over to my Mendeley library. If I click on this document, what will happen? A single click on this document will open my rightmost pane of my Mendeley desktop, which is the metadata pane. This metadata pane shows me all the details of this particular document. That means it is showing me all the metadata of this particular document. If you have a look, it says the type is general article. The title of the document that it fetched from, let's say, the internet was 20 countries higher education intra-period digital pedagogy responses. The general name has come along. The authors can be seen. The general name, because it was appended to the title of the document, it is not seen over here. The year can be seen, the volume and the issue can be seen. What I can do now is this metadata, trust me, 99.99% of time, this metadata is generally correct. But obviously in this case, the problem that I can see is that the general name has got appended with the title of the manuscript. So how can I change that? I simply click on any of this metadata and I can edit that field. So I click over to the title field and I can Control X the general name from that particular field, and I can Control V the general name into the appropriate field. So that is how I can edit the metadata. Remember, Mendeley citation, I repeat, Mendeley tool fetches the complete metadata for you for every document that you will add into the library. But in most of the time, the metadata is absolutely correct because Mendeley has fetched that from the net. But in case you have doubts regarding that, or you want to make certain changes in the document, you can surely do the changes in the document by editing the metadata fields in the rightmost corner of your Mendeley desktop. That means in the rightmost window of your Mendeley desktop. And this is a floating window. You can make it visible. You can hide it at any point of time that you will want. So now if you have a look, my metadata has changed. The name of my author is visible. The title is visible. The year the document was published and the journal the document is published is now visible. But this is obviously, I would say, the first way of adding documents to my Mendeley library. But the problem with this mechanism is obviously that I can add documents to my Mendeley library, but adding documents one by one is a hell of a task. Let's say I am referring to around 50 documents, and adding 50 documents one by one will take a lot of time. And I want to use a citation management tool to actually save my time. Instead of saving my time, this will instead be a much more time-taking process for me. So how do I overcome that? The second possibility for adding documents is you can again go back to the file, or you can use the shortcut icon add over here, and you can choose the second option, add folder. Now this add folder option allows you to add a complete folder, import a complete folder from your system into your Mendeley library. So if you have a look over here, my whole panel has opened up and I can select any particular folder from my system. I select this folder and I add it to my Mendeley library. As soon as I add this complete folder into my Mendeley library, see, my folder had 4 documents. One of the documents I had originally added to my Mendeley library, the test folder, by manually doing it through the add file option. So now when I import the complete folder, that particular document is not added again. That is another important feature of Mendeley, that it eliminates all the duplicacy. It retains unique documents for you. So Mendeley did not add that document again, and the rest of the 3 documents were added. As soon as the rest of the 3 documents are added, you can see, I can see all the 3 documents in my Mendeley library. Now comes the next question. Let's say this folder is growing every day. I get some new documents from my head, from my team every day, and I keep adding to that folder. Does that mean that every day when I open my Mendeley account, I'll have to again add that folder again and again into my Mendeley library? No, you can even automate that process. To automate that process, if you go back to the add option, you will see there is a third option called as watch folder. This watch folder option allows you to select a folder on your system that you would like the Mendeley desktop to watch for any changes. So as soon as you add a folder from your system, Mendeley desktop is going to automatically watch this particular folder for any changes, and any changes that are made, that means any new document that are added to this particular folder, will be automatically added to your Mendeley library as soon as you start with Mendeley next time. So this is the first mechanism of building our own library in Mendeley Reference Manager. I hope it is clear to everybody till here. Now understand one thing. Now in this case, one limitation that some of you might have understood is that, okay, I have my Mendeley desktop on my laptop, and now I have built my library in this case. But that means to work on my technical document, I always need to be on my laptop, or let's say my desktop, and let's say my desktop is in my office. I even want to work at home. So in that case, how do I make my complete Mendeley library available to me anywhere on the go? Because if you talk of Mendeley, we have just seen that Mendeley has a mobile app also. That means I can access my Mendeley profile even on my mobile through my mobile app. So how would that be possible? In the options itself, there is an option called as sync. This sync option synchronizes your Mendeley library with your Mendeley profile. Remember, your Mendeley profile is your profile on mendeley.com that is protected under your username and password. So this sync option syncs your Mendeley library with your Mendeley profile. So once you are through with working on Mendeley desktop, remember to sync your Mendeley library with your Mendeley profile. And once this is done, you can access your Mendeley desktop from any system with just a internet connection. So that is the good point in this case. But obviously, the next limiting factor that I have in my library is, okay, fine, I have built my Mendeley library, but I have just built my Mendeley library from all the documents that I had. Now, a major problem in this case is that many of the good journals, Elsevier, Science Direct, Scopus, they are not free journals. And I write a scientific manuscript, I submit it to some journal, and one comment that I receive generally is that the references, the literature review is shallow. Kindly improve the literature review. Have some good references. Now, how do I get those good references? My institution does not have membership of any of these indexing agencies like or publishers like IEEE, Scopus, Elsevier, etc., Wiley, Taylor and Francis. So how do I actually include their work into my scientific publication? Well, for that, Mendeley has a second feature that allows you to insert references or insert, I would say, quality references into your work. And that tool is available in the tools feature of Mendeley. If you have a look at the tools option, the first option that you have in this case is install web importer. As soon as I'll click on install web importer, this is going to take me to the Mendeley web importer of my default browser. Now try to understand Mendeley web importer of my default browser. So once it takes me, redirects me, whichever default browser you will be using, whether you use IEEE Internet Explorer, I'm sorry, not IEEE, whether you use Internet Explorer, whether you use Firefox, whether you use Chrome, there is a compatible web importer tool of Mendeley for all the browsers. So have a look. In this case, it says get web importer for Firefox because I'm currently on Firefox. As soon as I click on this button, it will install web importer for my Firefox. But as you can already see in my Firefox window, Shilpa ma'am is saying not visible. I am sorry. I'll have to share my browser now. So to share my browser now, I will just take a second. I hope my browser is now visible, ma'am, to all the participants. If there is a problem, you can keep informing me on the chat window because in flow, I will sometimes forget. So if you have a look, this is my browser. So what I did was in my Mendeley desktop, in the tools option, there was an option called as install web importer. I clicked on that option. As soon as you will click on that option, it will redirect you to the default browser that you have on your system. My case, I am using Firefox. Remember, Mendeley Web Importer is the Mendeley tool available to import paper, web pages, and other documents directly into your reference library from search engines and academic databases. So Mendeley Web Importer is available for all major web browsers that you are using on your system. As soon, if you have a look over here, this is the mendeley.com website. It says get web importer for Firefox. As soon as you will click on this button, within a few minutes, you will see that the address bar in your browser will have a small icon of Mendeley like this. And if you click on this icon, this is your Mendeley web importer. So I click on this. This is my Mendeley web importer. It will take a few minutes to load, but this is how my Mendeley web importer loads. And the first time that you load your Mendeley web importer, it will ask you to sign in. Just sign in, and remember, Mendeley is now a product of Elsevier. So your sign in can be your same as your Elsevier account. It asks me to sign in, and once I sign in, have a look. This Mendeley web importer of mine, my web importer is loading. This Mendeley web importer of mine actually appears like this. Now, if you have a look, it has directly taken the web page that I had just opened, and it wants me to add that, but obviously that is my Mendeley profile. I don't want to add that. Instead, what I'll do is I want to add some document. So what I'll do is I'll go on the most common search engine, google.com. Thank you, Shalini ma'am. It's okay now. We'll go to Google. And instead of using Google directly, I'll go to Google Scholar, because Google Scholar will provide me with all the documents as such, scientific documents as such. Google itself will give me all kinds of documents, be it scientific document, be it web pages, etc. But Google Scholar will give me only scientific document. So let's say I type COVID-19 and education. Now, as soon as I type COVID-19 and education, have a look. Google Scholar shows me all the works, the recent works on COVID-19 and education. So how do I get them into my library now? Remember, any work which is available as a PDF, you can directly open it, you can download it, and you can add it to your Mendeley library, as we have just discussed. But any work which is available as a HTML document, obviously I will not be able to add it directly into my my library. So how do I import that reference into my Mendeley library? Let's have a look. I click on the first document, COVID-19 and medical education. This is the document that I have. So now if I go to my Mendeley web importer, see, the Mendeley is already showing me view PDF, because all work on COVID-19 has been made free by all renowned publishers. So you can even take the PDF, but in this case, I will show you how to use the web importer. Now see, I have clicked on web importer and my web importer opens up. It has by default selected the document that I had opened up, and I can add this. But where do I add it? If you do not select a folder in your library, by default, Mendeley will add the folder to my library. But if I want to add this document to a specific folder in my library, have a look. I can click on that option and it shows me all the documents in my library. I select test folder, which I had made right now, and I click on add. As soon as I click on add, it will take a few minutes, but it will add this particular reference to my test folder in my Mendeley library. Second thing that I can do is, how can I find more researchers of the same kind now? Have a look. Just before the web page, the document, it says 2 more references have been detected on this page. And one, if you see, is SARS and its effect on medical education in Hong Kong. Obviously, SARS was a disease, again, a pandemic before COVID-19. So I found a research for that. I would like to include that in my work also. So I can select that also. And next is fears of SARS towards medical education in Toronto. So even that, if I want, I can include that in my research work by simply clicking on add. So I click on add and see my Mendeley web importer has imported 3 documents into my Mendeley desktop. Second part, this is using the Mendeley web importer. The next thing that you can do is, from here itself, if you have any particular, because Mendeley is now a product of Elsevier. So if you have any document from Science Direct, Elsevier, etc., you won't even require the Mendeley web importer. You will be directly able to get these documents into your Mendeley library. How? Because Science Direct, see, I'll enter, this is my Science Direct page. I have opened the Science Direct page directly. I enter COVID-19 over here so that it shows me all work that is related to COVID-19. See, it says sign in to take advantage. Well, I'll remove that at the moment because that is not what I want. I want to see this particular document. And if you have a look with this document on the Science Direct page, along with outline, download, share, I have a last option called as export. This export option has a feature directly, save to Mendeley. So with this export option, you can even directly save the reference file of this particular document to your Mendeley library. You can obviously use the Mendeley web importer also, but you can even directly export the reference to your Mendeley library. So if I use the Mendeley web importer, you have a look again, the same Mendeley web importer, this particular document is selected. And now I can simply click on add and my file will be added. I'll have to disable my annotations. I allowed my annotations. So all my documents, ma'am, these documents will be saved in your Mendeley library. How? I'll show you them. For that, I will go back to my Mendeley library. So to go back to my Mendeley library, I'll open my Mendeley desktop and I'll start sharing it again with you people. I hope now my Mendeley desktop is visible to everybody. I have shared my Mendeley desktop. Now this was my Mendeley desktop and this is the test folder I had initially in my Mendeley desktop. This test folder initially had 4 documents I had added from my system to my Mendeley desktop. So now what happens is I have added, let's say, 4 another documents from the Mendeley web importer tool. So how do I get them in my Mendeley desktop? I use the sync feature. Synchronize your library with the Mendeley web. At the moment, Mendeley web importer has added all the 4 documents to my Mendeley web profile. Now, as soon as I sync, have a look, all the 4 documents are imported into my Mendeley desktop, my Mendeley library, the test folder of my Mendeley library. And if you have a look, the good part over here is that the 2 documents had PDF available. So their PDF is now available. So this is how you can use Mendeley desktop to build your own library in Mendeley. I hope till here it is clear to all. If till here it is clear to all, we can move on to the next portion. This was the first feature of Mendeley, building and maintaining your Mendeley reference manager. The second part over here is I have built my library. I have a number of documents in my library. The next thing that I would like to do is I would like to read those documents. At the moment, I have just added those documents. So remember one thing, Mendeley also has a feature called as Mendeley annotation. The Mendeley annotation feature allows you to actually read all your scientific documents or your references that you have in your library. So now to read all these documents, no need to go anywhere else. You can simply work on Mendeley desktop. Just click on any document that you want to read. Double click on the document. And as soon as you will double click on the document, have a look. If the document is available as a PDF, the complete PDF file will open up for you. And your Mendeley toolbar will simply change to an annotation toolbar. If you have a look in this annotation toolbar, we have an option called as select text. We have an option called as pan, note, highlight, color, zoom, zoom to fit, full screen. So all the reading options are completely available. That means while reading, if I want to select some text, let's say I select the first statement over here, unprecedented measures have been adopted to control the rapid spread of the ongoing COVID-19 epidemic in China. And I want to highlight this. So to highlight this, I can simply highlight this text like this. If you want, if it is the same document that you're reading and you want to share it with your co-researchers also, and while sharing it with your co-researchers, you even want to add certain notes into this document. So to add notes, again, you have another feature. You can simply select any particular text. Let's say I again select this text and see I have a feature, highlight this text and add a note, or copy the selected text to the clipboard. At the moment, I select the feature add a note. Have a look, my name is visible, my photo is visible from my profile, and now I can add a note. Let's say COVID-19 inception. So that is how I can use Mendeley desktop for reading and annotating my documents. And remember, all these notes and highlights that I add to my document, they remain saved in my document. So once I share this document with any of my core group, etc., they will be visible to my core group. And have a look again, the metadata of this document is visible over here. So this is your first part of Mendeley, which is your Mendeley Reference Manager. Now the next thing is I am also writing a paper. So when I'm also writing a paper, let's say I want to cite all these documents into that paper of mine. So how do I cite all these documents into that paper of mine? To cite all these documents into the Word document that you're working in, there is another product of Mendeley called as MS Word plugin. At the moment, I am working on Microsoft Office. So I have an MS Word plugin. If you're working on, let's say, LibreOffice, you will have an install MS Libre plugin also available. So if you go back to the tools option in your Mendeley desktop, at the moment you can see in my tools, there is an option uninstall MS Word plugin because I've already installed MS Word plugin. But the first time you will be clicking on it, you will find another option, install MS Word plugin. You can simply click on that option, install MS Word plugin, and it will install the Mendeley Cytomatic toolbar in your MS Word. So once I click on that, and if I go to my MS Word, if this is my MS Word, have a look in MS Word in the references tab of your MS Word. You will find that after installing install MS Word plugin, you will find a toolbar saying Mendeley Cytomatic. So this Mendeley Cytomatic is the Mendeley citation toolbar that is available in Word. LaTeX option is there, Manzoor sir. I'll be discussing it later on. And LaTeX option is also there. We will be discussing that. I will be even demonstrating that. Just wait for a few minutes. So this is my Mendeley Cytomatic toolbar. Now to understand this Mendeley Cytomatic toolbar, simply understand MS Word has its own feature of generating citations and bibliography. If you have a look, in this case, this is the MS Word feature. But this citations and bibliography feature of MS Word is more of a manual feature because you have to completely build the complete citation yourself. That means manually you will need to enter all the metadata for the citation that you want to generate. The bibliography you will have to generate manually. Mendeley Cytomatic is going to do the complete thing automatically for you. How to use Mendeley Cytomatic? Let's have a look. See, currently my default style is IEEE because IEEE style is clearly visible to all. I have a small document that I have prepared that says that is on online learning, the new norm of education post COVID-19. So anywhere in this particular document, I've already written some text. So anywhere in this particular document, if you want to add a citation somewhere, let's say I have a citation at this first line. I want to add a new citation over there. I'll take my cursor to that point where I want to insert the citation. And in Mendeley Cytomatic, I have an option called as insert citation. This will insert a new citation. So I'll click on this option. As soon as I click on this option, see my Mendeley Cytomatic insert citation toolbar appears and it shows me search by author, title or year in my library. So if I remember the author of the document, the title or the year of the document, I can search for it. But obviously that will be more time consuming. Instead of that, the easy thing will be if my Mendeley desktop, I could be redirected to it directly. So the next option is there is a button called as Go to Mendeley. You can directly click on this button. It will redirect you to your Mendeley desktop. And as soon as you are redirected to your Mendeley desktop, you can select any document and you can directly click on the cite option available in the shortcut options. It will directly send the citation to the Mendeley Cytomatic plugin. And if you have a look, my citation within a few seconds is visible over here. I already had one citation. So automatically this new citation is numbered as 2. Now, the next thing is at the same point in my document, at the same place in my document, I have 2 citations. When you are citing 2 or more citations together, the style of citation changes. So how do you get that change style of citation? Select both the citations that you want to merge together and you will see your insert citation button has changed to merge citation. So now click on this button, merge citations. See, my citation style changes. I want to refer more citations in this case. I'll go to, let's say, another place. And again, I'll repeat the same step so that all of you can revise how can we add citations through Mendeley. I go back to insert citation. I go to Mendeley. I select another document and I click on cite. Have a look. My next citation is added and it has been assigned a new unique number called as 3. Let's say I want to add some more citations. So I add one more citation in the next line. I again go to Mendeley, insert citation, go to Mendeley, and I say cite. My another citation is added. Now 4 citations I have added in my document of mine. So how do I insert bibliography? Insert bibliography is again very simple task. It's only the click of a button. Whichever place in your document you want to insert bibliography, let's say at the end of the document, you can just go to that point and there is a button called as insert bibliography. Click on this insert bibliography button and you will see the complete bibliography is automatically inserted into your document. Now, what will be the order of this bibliography? Remember, the order of the bibliography will be the same order in which you have added references to your document through Mendeley Cite-O-Matic. So my complete bibliography is now built up through Mendeley. As soon as I go to the general web, license type. Now, in case they have a different citation, ma'am, you don't need to download Mendeley products. You only need to download Mendeley desktop. All Mendeley products are included in that. No product has to be separately downloaded. I will share the link towards the end. Don't worry about that. So pay attention to what I'm demonstrating now at the moment. So the complete bibliography will be automatically maintained. How do I change the style? I have already written my paper. I have written my document. I have done all the citations. Now, how do I change the style of this particular citation? To change the style of the particular citation is again a very simple task. Just select your document or your bibliography. Go over to style and you can change the style to anything. Let's say I select Chicago manual style or APA style and have a look. My complete citations as well my bibliography have changed to that particular style. So changing style is very simple. Now comes the next question. I inserted a few references, but suddenly I realized I want to insert one more reference somewhere in the mid of my document. So how do I do that? How will Mendeley now renumber my references? Mendeley will do that automatically for you. Before that, let's change the style to IEEE because with IEEE changes would. So I change the style to IEEE. And now to insert a new reference, let's say I want to insert a new reference over here. So again, I go to that particular point. I take my cursor to that point, go to insert citations, go to Mendeley, and let's say I select another document and I say cite. Now, as soon as I say cite, have a look. Though I earlier had 4 references, my new references is added as 4 and the last reference has automatically become 5. So that is that is the power of Mendeley. It will completely maintain all your citations as well as your bibliography. If you have a look, my bibliography is automatically changed. Next thing that can be possible, I inserted a citation, but later on I realized it was incorrect. I want to delete that citation. So let's say I want to delete this particular citation. I go to that particular citation, I select that citation, and I can simply delete this particular citation. As soon as I simply delete this citation, obviously no magic will happen. Things will not go on automatically, but I can click on refresh. As soon as I click on refresh, have a look, my citations have been renumbered and my bibliography is changed. So that is how Mendeley Cite-O-Matic will automatically manage all your citations for you. And this is the first and I would say the most powerful feature of Mendeley, that is maintaining and managing the citations. Shilpa ma'am is asking how to change the reference style automatically and the bibliography style. Ma'am, if you want to change the bibliography style to any particular style, Mendeley has most of the style files. So to change the bibliography style, let's say I just select my document. I go to style in Mendeley Cytomatic and I can select the appropriate style. Let's say Springer Lecture Notes in Computer Science. My bibliography style has changed to Springer Lecture Notes in Computer Science. Let's say I want to change the style to Modern Humanities Research Association 3rd edition. My bibliography style will change to that particular style. So changing bibliography to the particular style, you just need to have that appropriate style file into your Mendeley account, and you can easily change it through the style option in the Mendeley Cytomatic, or even the style option, citation style option in your Mendeley desktop under the view option. So I hope that is clear to everybody. If this first part is clear, we can move on to other features of Mendeley also. That is how I can cite in my Word document through Mendeley. I would stop sharing this and I would go back to my slides. So that was how we were building. I hope my slides are visible to everybody. No. I have again shared it. I hope now they are visible. Great. So we have covered the first part of Mendeley, that is how to use the Mendeley. You simply, I repeat again, somebody was asking me what tool to download. To download Mendeley, you need to simply go on to mendeley.com. To use all the products of Mendeley, simply create a free account for yourself on mendeley.com. And once you click a free account, download the Mendeley desktop from mendeley.com. And that's it. You can build your library after that. This is your library structure. These are your references we have already discussed. This is the document details, which is the rightmost or the third window that is available on the Mendeley desktop. To add documents to your Mendeley library, remember, two types we have discussed. You can either drag and drop your documents, or you can add the documents through the file option. You can either add a single document one by one, or you can add a complete folder if you want. Next feature that we have is this is adding documents, watching folder, adding references manually. You can even import your references from BibTeX, EndNote, RIS or Zotero. That is another feature that we have. In the file option itself, you have a feature called as import. Now try to understand the import feature. Some people, they already are using Zotero, EndNote, BibTeX or other reference management tools. And let's say they encounter colleagues, collaborators who are working with Mendeley. Let's say they find that Mendeley is more useful. So in that case, when you switch over to Mendeley from, let's say, some other citation management tool, a big problem that comes in that case is that how do I import all my references that I have already maintained in that particular citation management tool to Mendeley? So remember, Mendeley will allow you to import your references from BibTeX, EndNote, RIS or Zotero. It provides you an import option under the file option, using which you can select whichever kind of file you want to import, and you can easily import that into your Mendeley library. So that is the import feature. The third part of adding documents that we just discussed was you could use the web importer to add documents from your online databases into your Mendeley desktop and build your Mendeley library. You can also find for new articles in the Mendeley Research Catalog. Mendeley Research Catalog is available online in your Mendeley account. That means at your mendeley.com account. So that is how you can add new documents to your Mendeley. Document details lookup, that is the third portion when we simply click on a document. Remember, if you double click on a document in your Mendeley desktop, it will open the document for reading. But if you single click on a document in the Mendeley desktop, it will open the third panel, the rightmost panel of the desktop, which will give you the complete metadata or the details of that document that is available on the web. So that is the first part. Using the web importer we have already done. Directly exporting your references from Scopus and Science Direct, that is another powerful feature of Mendeley. That since Mendeley acquisition with Elsevier in 2013, Mendeley has been accepted by Scopus and Science Direct. So remember, if you have an article whose reference management you have done with Mendeley and you submit it to some Scopus or Science Direct journal, your article has a higher chance of acceptance because Mendeley is a trusted citation management tool with Scopus and Science Direct. The next feature of Mendeley is how do you organize your library through Mendeley. So we have done that. We will take a quick overview of that particular feature before we move on further. To manage your library in your Mendeley desktop, the first thing you will have to do is create your own folder. Creating a folder is a good option in this case because remember, every time you work on certain scientific documents, certain technical documents, it's good to maintain all the related documents with that particular research in your own folder. Once you are done with that and you start with a new document, you can make a new folder for that document and you can add all the required references in that particular document. So that is a good idea. That is why create your category folders. Mark them as any documents that you read through your Mendeley desktop. They will be marked as read or unread in your Mendeley desktop, in your Mendeley library. You can even star your favorite documents. You can open the attached PDF files in the integrated viewer to view them. You can see what type of document is attached. That means what type of document it is. It is a PDF, it is a PPT, it is a docx file, it is an Excel file. That will also be shown to you by the Mendeley desktop. The most important feature of Mendeley desktop that syncs your Mendeley desktop or your Mendeley library with the Mendeley cloud or your account on the Mendeley cloud is the sync feature that syncs up your library to the Mendeley cloud to access it anywhere and read on all your devices. So Mendeley backs up your online data anywhere in the Mendeley cloud. It is secured completely by your username and password. And by syncing your data of your Mendeley desktop with your Mendeley cloud, you can access your articles anywhere. You can get customized suggestions and add them to your library also. So that is the sync feature of Mendeley. You can also use the search your documents option that is available in your Mendeley desktop right on the top rightmost corner just after your name and your Mendeley profile to search or filter results in your Mendeley library. You can even filter the documents in your Mendeley library by tags or keywords like author, tag, publication or keyword. This search option or this filter option is available just below the leftmost library of yours where all your folders are actually visible. The PDF viewer of Mendeley allows you to highlight and annotate documents. That means no need to go to a separate software for reading your documents while doing your research. You can do it right in Mendeley desktop itself because the PDF viewer is integrated with Mendeley desktop itself. This is how the PDF viewer looks. We have already had a look at it. You can annotate, you can highlight your documents, you can share them with your group. You can even look up for term definitions if possible. Next is using the Mendeley citation plugin that we have already used with Office. So to use the Mendeley citation plugin, you will click on tools and you can check on any of the options. Somebody was asking me with LibreOffice. So if you are using LibreOffice, on your platform, Mendeley will show you the option install LibreOffice plugin. My case, my system is Microsoft Office Windows. So that is why it showed me install MS Word plugin. But if you are using Linux or any Unix or any of its variants, it will show you install LibreOffice plugin. You can even select on that. You can install the appropriate citation plugin. The Mendeley Cytomatic toolbar will appear in your word processing software as soon as you click on install MS Office plugin or LibreOffice plugin. The look and feel will be slightly different in LibreOffice. This feature that you can see, this screenshot that you can see is of LibreOffice. Microsoft Office, we have already, Word, we have already seen it. LibreOffice, if you have a look, it will appear as a shortcut toolbar insert or edit citation, undo, edit, merge citation, insert bibliography, refresh and export. So it's almost the same, only the appearance is a bit different. Mendeley Cytomatic on Windows appears like this, that we had already discussed. So to generate in-text citation in Word, you can directly click on insert or edit citation, search either by author, title or year, or select a document from your Mendeley library directly by clicking on go to Mendeley. Select the article, book and click on OK to automatically cite that into your Word document. To insert a bibliography, go to the point where you want to insert bibliography and click on the option insert bibliography. The Mendeley citation plugin will make it easy to insert citations into your research. Any style can be used. In case you don't have that particular style that you want, there is an option called as more styles, which will open the complete Mendeley citation tab. Most of the citation style files are available in the citation tab. You can search them from there. If the citation file is still not available, you can download the citation style from the editor or from the general homepage, and you can add it to your Mendeley desktop, and you can easily use that citation style file in your Mendeley desktop. So till here we are complete with Mendeley Reference Manager. Let's see how much you all have been with me and how much have you understood. So what is the storage space limit offered by Mendeley? That is the first question. Let's ponder over it. The first is unlimited. The second option is 2 GB free storage. Any answers? Kindly use the chat window. Shilpa ma'am says unlimited. I hope my other participants are there with me. Most of them are saying unlimited. Just one participant said 2 GB. Anyway, well, there is a point you need to remember over here. For a completely free account, your Mendeley desktop limit is 2 GB of free storage. In case you are a member of a Mendeley paid version, there is also a Mendeley premium account that is generally available to universities, etc. Because universities generally take the premium offer to give a Mendeley account to all their students. So for the premium offer, the storage space is unlimited, but for a free account, there is 2 GB of free storage. And I think 2 GB is more than enough. I have never required more than 2 GB of storage for my account itself. So next question, can Mendeley be accessed on my iPhone? Yes or no? A option says yes, B says no. Can I access Mendeley on my iPhone? Vivek sir says no, Deepa ma'am says yes, Shilpa ma'am says yes, Shalini ma'am says yes, Dr. Navneet says yes. Well, yes, currently there is a Mendeley version available for your iPhone also. So yes, you can access your Mendeley on your iPhone too. There is an iPhone supporting app that is available. Which items can you add to your Mendeley collection? Documents, PDF, websites, or all of the above? Mendeley collection in this case is your Mendeley library. Absolutely correct. Everybody is absolutely correct. All the type of documents can be added to your Mendeley collection. It can be a document, it can be a PDF, it can even be a website. So thank you so much. All of you are there with me. We will now come over to other features of Mendeley, and we will quickly go through them before we end this session. The next important feature of Mendeley is you can use Mendeley to join and create groups to share references. If you all remember, in my Mendeley desktop tab, just before, on the leftmost corner where your Mendeley library was being displayed, just below your create folder option, you had an option called as groups. As a free Mendeley user, you can create a maximum of 3 groups, and those groups can be of 3 particular types. You can have a private group. Private group will share references and full text files with members of the group, but only group members can see the group, and the group members are the ones who you will add to the group. The next is invite only group. In this case, only references will be shared. That means complete full text document will not be shared. Public can follow the group only. It is good for sharing references or reading lists. So that means if you are a known researcher in your area and you want to share your work with the public, that means with all other people around, but you don't want to share the complete work. The complete work, you want you to request them and then you can share with them. You only want to share the references and let's say reading list. So in that case, you can make an invite only group. The next is open group. Open is a public group. Share references only. The public can become a member or follow the group, and it is for good for crowdsourcing of reading lists. So these are the three kinds of groups that you can create through the Mendeley account. You can also see the groups that you created, joined, or followed in your Mendeley library. You can add documents to a group very easily by dragging or dropping the documents. Private groups, obviously, they let you share full text documents, but with a limited number of members. Nobody outside the group can see the group or its files or its members. So understand, a private group is completely private. This private group of yours will not even be available on Mendeley.com, your Mendeley.com profile. You can share your full text documents with members of your private group. And the good part in this case will be that whatever members you will add to your private group, they will have a different color allocated to them by Mendeley to share highlights and annotation with in that particular group. So each member you can identify with the color of annotation that they are using when you collaborate with your research team through Mendeley. So that is the feature of a private group, that each group member is assigned a different color for highlighting. You can search for Mendeley public groups on Mendeley web also. Mendeley web is your Mendeley profile on Mendeley.com. There you have a group tab where you can enter your area or domain of research, and you can share, you can search for public groups. You can browse for groups by discipline and discover new groups. You can join or follow those groups. You can connect with your colleagues and join new communities if you want. You can even share your publication. You can search for people and click to follow them to get regular updates regarding what new research are those people actually doing. So that is creating groups and collaborating with researchers through Mendeley. The last feature that we have of Mendeley is discovering. That means, how do I discover my own research, new research in my area, or the impact of my research in my area? Well, that is another important research. So the first part in this case that we have is that how do I discover new research in my area? So for that, I can use the literature search feature of Mendeley, which will help me search the Mendeley catalog for any new research in my area. You can save new research to your library with just a single click. In case the document is available as a PDF, there will be a button that says Save PDF, and you can directly save the PDF to your own library. Understand, how is the search the catalog feature going to work? Try to understand why is this a very trusted feature that is used by many Mendeley users. The simple thing I have to do in this is that we have already discussed that the Mendeley community is over 6 million researchers. Now, all those 6 million researchers, they have their own Mendeley profiles in which they are sharing their work. Mendeley is a cloud source database. That means Mendeley is protecting all your work under your username and password. But all the references that you are referring to, all your publications that you have shared, Mendeley will maintain a reference list of all those references and publication of yours, and it will make them available in the Mendeley catalog. So once you search the Mendeley catalog or in your library, you can easily find new researchers, new documents in your domain of research. You can add them to your library and you can cite them in your work very easily. So obviously, Mendeley literature search actually expands your research horizons beyond imagination. If full text is available, you will see a download icon which you can easily download, and automatically it will be downloaded. You won't even have to choose a download, or you won't even have to select that. You can also search for the catalog online if you go onto your Mendeley profile. So you can create advanced search or browse by discipline. You can find new research based on what is popular or the most recently added. You can also quickly add new research into your Mendeley by just opening the URL or the text, full text of that research. You can even download it from Science Direct Scoopers like we have already discussed in our session. So that is mainly about the three features of Mendeley that we had. One feature that we are left with is, yes, how do I discover the impact of my own research in Mendeley? So this was all about using the Mendeley citation management tool. I hope it is clear to everybody. To stay up to date and learn more about Mendeley.com, you can contact me anytime. But obviously, if you mail me or you WhatsApp me and I'm busy somewhere and I take some time to respond, you don't need to worry that when will Ritika ma'am respond. There is to stay up to date and learn more about new features of Mendeley. There is a blog.mendeley.com. You can join this blog and you can even find new updates about Mendeley over here. You can read the guides that are available at resources.mendeley.com. There is a guide for almost all the features, and that is how you can stay updated. Next important feature is some of you might be using LaTeX. So for those unfamiliar with LaTeX, LaTeX is nothing. It is a typesetting system with inbuilt features enabling the generation of technical and scientific documentation. Earlier, to use LaTeX a few years before, we had to install LaTeX on our system, which was a very time-consuming job. But nowadays, you can easily create and update your documents on LaTeX by simply using free online tools like www.overleaf.com. For further clarity, simply understand BibTeX is a tool as well as a file format that is used to list and process references. And LaTeX is a typesetting system which will allow you to typeset your scientific or your technical document as per the typesetting guidelines. Now the question comes, how do I import bibliography from my Mendeley library or from my Mendeley account into my LaTeX account? To do that, it is a very simple feature again available in Mendeley. I simply will use a particular tool that is integrated with my Mendeley desktop to do referencing in LaTeX. Go on to the tools options, and in the tools you have the last option called as options. Click on this options. On Mendeley desktop, select tools and then options. Click on this. In options dialog box, you will select the BibTeX tab. Once there inside the BibTeX tab, in the options dialog box, once you are inside the BibTeX tab, you can see the BibTeX tab screenshot on my slide. You have two options over there, BibTeX export preferences. What do you mean by BibTeX export preferences? That how do you want to export references or documents from BibTeX? So there is a default selection called as escape LaTeX special characters. LaTeX is obviously a typesetting software, so it will insert certain special characters into your document. You will obviously escape them. Let that option remain as it is selected. But the next option that is important for us is BibTeX syncing. Now understand, LaTeX typesetting system accepts references in the BibTeX format. So what I need to do on Mendeley desktop is that I simply need to generate a BibTeX document for all my references that I want to insert into my LaTeX folder. So let's say I have a folder or I have a document in my Mendeley library, which I want to cite into my LaTeX document. So I'll generate a BibTeX file for that particular. To generate that BibTeX file, I go to the BibTeX syncing option. BibTeX syncing will keep one or several BibTeX files up to date with the documents that you have in your library. And documents in the need review collection will not be exported in this case, understand. To enable BibTeX syncing, you can select any of the three options. Three options are available to you. You can either create one BibTeX file for your complete library. Obviously, that I don't find it a very usable option because your complete library is available as a BibTeX file, which is completely undesirable. You can also create one BibTeX file per group. Now, creating one BibTeX file per group simply implies that for every folder that I have, a separate BibTeX file will be generated. I find this option the most usable, and so I use it most of the times because for each document of mine, I create a separate folder in my Mendeley library. And the last option is create one BibTeX file per document. Again, that I would say is a difficult to manage option because one file per document means a lot of file if I have almost 100 references. Next thing is you can select a path. That means you can select a path where you will want all these BibTeX files to be saved on your system. Once the BibTeX files are, as soon as you click on apply and OK in this options window, your BibTeX files will be generated and they will be available on your system in whichever path you have selected. Once this is done, obviously, how do you now do the citation in your LaTeX? The next step is to create a folder where you will store all the articles or references pertaining to your manuscript. This will generate a .bib folder as per your settings in the preferences menu. And now any articles or references that are added to a given folder will be automatically synchronized and the changes will be reflected in your .bib file with the same name as the folder name that you created. In my example that I have taken in this case, I have created a folder named LaTeX. So you can have a look. My file, BibTeX file is latex.bib. And Mendeley Desktop will automatically generate the latex.bib file with all the document details for the references within that particular folder. To cite in LaTeX, to add the citation using LaTeX, I simply automatically will take that automatically generated BibTeX file. And in my LaTeX document, there will be a tab there will be a tag /bibliography where I will insert the complete address of this BibTeX file that I have, and I will end this particular bibliography tab. So that is how you can use Mendeley for even citing in LaTeX. And that is how we can do citations through Mendeley in LaTeX. Citing in LibreOffice is absolutely the same as we did in Microsoft Office Word. Next important thing is, how do I discover the impact of my citations? So up till now, as researchers, I think all of us have an idea of Google Scholar Citations. What is Google Scholar Citations? Google Scholar Citation is a simple free mechanism for authors to keep track of all their citations to their articles. You can also check who is citing for your publications, graph your citations over time, and compute several citation metrics. You can also make your profile public so that it may appear in Google Scholar results when people search for your name. Well, the good part of Google Scholar Citations, why it is so popular currently, is the fact that it is easy to set up Google Scholar, your Google Scholar Citations if you have a Google account. And like other citation tracking services, it tracks academic articles, but it will also count thesis, book titles, and other documents towards the citation metrics. But obviously, if I talk of Google Scholar Citation, the major problem with Google Scholar Citations is that I apply to university for an API score or for an interview for promotion. They say we don't trust Google Scholar Citation. So trust is a factor where Google Scholar Citation actually loses on. An alternative with Mendeley products is Mendeley Stats. Now, what is Mendeley Stats? First, let us understand. Mendeley Stats is a new service that allows you to claim ownership of your published papers. Stat is powered by the Scopus author profile directly. So Scopus is a database of references that is developed by Elsevier to catalog the world's academic output and cover the output of more than 5,000 publishers. By connecting your Mendeley profile to your Scopus author profile, you are able to claim your work as identified by Scopus. How can you claim your Scopus profile? Again, that is not very difficult. To start using stats, you will need to claim your Scopus author profile. So when you visit www.mendeley.com/stats for the first time, you will be invited to follow the claim process, and it's a very self-explanatory process. You don't need to do much except clicking on yes and next. You can claim your profile using one of the two approaches. That means either searching by article or searching by name. By default, this will search Scopus using the name you provided on your Mendeley profile, but you can also opt to search for an alternative name. When you find yourself using either option, use the "This is me" link to claim your Scopus author profile. And once you claim your Scopus author profile, you have the option to add the publications from Scopus either to your Mendeley profile. To do this, you can tick the box that appears during the last step. Adding your publications to your Mendeley profile will make them more visible to other Mendeley users, and it will also help showcase your work to the wider research community. Next is how to view and monitor your stats. Well, to view and monitor your stats, once the claim process is complete, you will be taken to your personal Mendeley stats page, which will provide an overview of the aggregated statistics for all of your publication. The statistics that you will receive will be drawn from a number of different resources. That is the total number of citations of your work which are there in your Mendeley profile. It's not all the work that is available on the web in which your name reflects. It's simply the work that is available in your Mendeley author profile. Next is your H-index. Again, for the work that is there in your Mendeley author profile, your publications, and your total number of views of your publications, your readers of your work. Remember, Mendeley Stats will scan over 55,000 media outlets for mention of you and your work and present them for you as part of your profile. You can also view statistics for individual publications by clicking on them in the list that appears beneath the view and the citation graph. You can provide more detailed statistics for paper published in Elsevier publication, but paper published in other journals will still have some citation data which will be available. So your Scopus Mendeley stats profile will obviously be less as compared to your Google Scholar citation. But remember, any place you will present your Mendeley stats, it will be more trustable as compared to your Google Scholar citation. The last feature that we have for Mendeley is Mendeley Suggest. It is again a new service that is available free of cost to all Mendeley users directly from your Mendeley profile. You don't need to download any specific software for this. It provides you with recommendations for papers that you may want to read. This feature draws on information you provide when you create your Mendeley account, details from your profile, and the contents of your personal library. The Mendeley web catalog we have already discussed before. It is a collection of all the references that are added to personal libraries by the Mendeley users. The references are anonymized. Remember, now you will wonder that my references are protected under my username and password. So how are they available in the Mendeley catalog? Remember, your references are completely safe with you. References are anonymized. That means there is no way to connect to a particular catalog entry with a specific user and then process it. So the process compares the various versions of a reference added by different users in order to build a canonical and the most recent version of that particular reference. This helps to build a cross-publisher, cross-discipline collection of references that are constantly refined and improved by the Mendeley community. You can also search for a reference using the search tool that appears in the main toolbar on mendeley.com. You can also enter a keyword and press the search button. You can browse the results to find the relevant references. You can also save the reference link to quickly add a reference to your library, or click on the reference name to view its detail, including readership statistics. So that is about Mendeley. And remember, using Mendeley is not so difficult. It's only a matter of time and practice that you will require. But it's definitely the time to change the way that we all do research and shift over to a free citation and free and powerful citation management tool like Mendeley. So this is all that I have about Mendeley. I am open to questions. Any questions that you have, you may kindly share in the chat window. Last thing that I'd like to show all of you before I stop sharing everything. This is how your Mendeley stats page will appear. This is my Mendeley profile on my mendeley.com profile. So if you have a look, this is my complete statistics, my citation, my readership graph, my citation this year, readers, views, publications, and everything. All of this, if you see, it is powered, a number of views are powered by Science Direct. My readers are powered by Mendeley. My citation is powered by Scopus. My citation this year count is again powered by Scopus, and my views are powered by Mendeley. So this is how your Mendeley stats will appear on your mendeley.com profile. And this is the complete session on Mendeley. I'm open to questions. Anybody who has questions and they were unanswered in my session. So kindly share your question. You may unmute yourself or you may post in the chat window also. I hope this session has been useful to all. My main aim is that you should all start using Mendeley at somewhere in your technical writing. Shilpa ma'am who has asked in between, will the documents be saved in the Mendeley library? I hope that question has been answered. Yes, the documents will be saved in your Mendeley library.
No, I wanted to ask ma'am that when we were importing it from a web browser and syncing it, you showed us that it got all the documents got saved in the test folder.
Ma'am, that test folder is a part of my own Mendeley library.
Yes. But like I have not, automatically where it will go. Let's say
automatically it goes, ma'am, into your library, into all documents.
Which folder?
All documents. Folder? By default, all documents.
Okay. And one more thing, our research students are already using this Mendeley. Because students, we have already told them to use, but we ourselves are not using it because
students are actually quick learners as compared to us.
Yes, but students are already using it. But like you said, wherever we go, the H-index and IH index and everybody, sees the Google Scholar citation as of now.
Yes,
Mendeley citation is not that popular in the
institution. Ma'am, it is not popular, but let me tell you, it is not popular just in India. Abroad, Mendeley citation is very much popular. It is very much trusted. And even in India, if you go for a panel interview or anywhere and you give them your Mendeley stats, they will not reject it anyhow. Instead, they will trust it more as compared to Google Scholar.
But as you said that if you're using the Mendeley stats, then we, all the documents should be there in the Mendeley.
No, ma'am, it is not necessary. If you remember, I imported a few documents through web importer and I just had their references, but they were also saved to my Mendeley library. So similarly, my publications, even if I add the reference of that, my publication, Mendeley is going to maintain a statistics for that.
Okay, like in the Google Scholar, automatically, if any document, if any article of ours is published, it automatically gets into it. If any author adds it, it just says, okay, you are also, and it adds on to our Google Scholar. But does this thing happen in the Mendeley also?
Ma'am, this will happen in Mendeley, but Mendeley will ask you to confirm.
Oh, in Google
case it finds no, see, understand. In case Mendeley finds a document with your name and it's mendeley.com, that means some of the Mendeley researchers have either referred it to it or they have added to it. So in that case, what Mendeley is going to ask you to confirm whether you are a part of, you are an author of that document or not. But until and unless you don't confirm, it will not show it in your profile.
In the Google Scholar.
Take it from Google. Yes, it will not take it from Google.
Yeah, but in the Google Scholar, if any of my co-author has added the paper, it is reflected in my Google Scholar.
It is reflected, but the problem with Google Scholar is that suppose I am with the name R.Vasan and there is another author R.Vasan. So Google Scholar is going to count both of them. Mainly it is not going to count both of them. So that is why it is more trusted.
Yeah, that happens in the Google Scholar, and then you have to delete that particular paper.
Yes, so you won't need to do that.
Only one more thing, that the Google that the assignment Word document that you had sent us, there is a change in the order of the lectures. So do we need to do it by ourselves?
Yes, you can do it by yourself. That is what I like to clarify to all of you, that the program schedule which had been shared with all of you, there is a slight change in that because one of our speakers, Mr. Dinesh Kumar Singh from TCS, he had some important meeting over in his company today. So his session has been rescheduled on 23rd Friday. So as a result, there is a slight change in the schedule in the assignment sheet. You can just do the rescheduling yourself, and you can just, or what you can simply do is let the rows remain the same, but you can change the dates of that particular session, and you can add your learning from those particular sessions.
And can we leave the first row of the inaugural session?
Yes, if you want, inaugural is, you can leave it because there were certain connectivity issues during the inaugural in Professor Nayak's address. So if you want, you may leave that blank also.
Okay.
But the rest of the sessions, I hope everybody has attended that. So everybody can take care of that. Next, any other questions from any other participants? Yes, we can use Mendeley with LaTeX. As NK ma'am has, I suppose, asked. Ma'am, in my slide itself, I had explained LaTeX is a typesetting system which uses BibTeX referencing. So for Mendeley, I have explained in my slides how to generate BibTeX files from Mendeley itself, and those BibTeX files can be directly imported into the LaTeX document. So yes, Mendeley can be used with LaTeX. I have already covered that part in my session. So any other questions?
Ma'am, to download means in my laptop this.
Ma'am, simply go on to www.mendeley.com. I'll type it in the chat window. Simply go to this particular site and sign in over there. Once you sign in, your sign in is complete. You will receive a username, password, and with that username password, you will be redirected to download Mendeley Desktop on your system. You download Mendeley Desktop on your system, and you can start using Mendeley like I have discussed with you. Lalit sir is asking the change in schedule. Lalit sir, Dinesh sir's session has been rescheduled on 23rd. I had two sessions. One was with Mendeley, and the second is ethical issues in and plagiarism in research. My session on Mendeley has happened today. Tomorrow, the next session, the first session for tomorrow is again of mine, ethical issues and research in plagiarism. And Dinesh sir, he had some meeting in his TCS company. So his session will be conducted on 23rd instead of my session on 23rd. So I hope there is no confusion, that is clear. As far as the assessment was concerned, there will be, we had told you in the beginning that there will be MCQ test of 40 marks. We have planned 3 MCQ tests for you with 20 questions each. So 30 minutes duration. The first MCQ test is planned on 22nd from 8 p.m. On the group, you can check the link for your username and password whether it is working fine or not. But on 22nd or the second MCQ test is planned on 28th and the third is planned on 29th. So whichever day you want to appear for any of the MCQ tests, you can simply use that link to log in with your member ID and your password, and you can attempt that particular test. By today evening, we shall be sharing that those details with you on the WhatsApp group. Any other doubts? In case there are no other doubts, I thank you. I thank all my participants for being with us. With this, we draw curtains to the second day of this 15-day workshop, refresher course in engineering, physical sciences and management. We'll be again starting tomorrow, day 3, with our first session at 1:30. We shall be opening the room by 1:15. So kindly join us on time. The PPTs for today's session are there with us. Within a short while, I shall be sharing them on the WhatsApp group with all of you. For your reference, video of yesterday's session have already been uploaded at our YouTube, and the links have been shared with you on the WhatsApp group. The videos for today's session will also be uploaded on our YouTube group by tonight, and they will be shared with you on the WhatsApp group. Any other doubts that you have, you can keep sharing with us at any point of time. Thank you so much, all of you. You may log out now. We are closing the session for today. Thank you, all the participants. Manish sir, I think we can end this meeting now. Thank you all the participants. I hope you all will reap maximum benefits out of this session. Professor Manish, I think we can end the session now.